Hello everyone, welcome to this video. It's a chill stream as always, and in this video I'll be showing you two different cases, let's say case studies, I don't know if you call it case studies, on how I would find projects. Well, basically I'm showing you how I find freelance projects as a freelance web developer in Japan. And I could just give you my case, but I think my case, I've been doing this for 8 years, so I'll try and give some different perspectives that might apply to you. In this case, in these two cases, one is we have an engineer who's been doing server-side development for 6 years, and a front-end engineer who's been doing it for 3 years. So these two cases, and with these two cases, I'll be using 4 services, online services. One here, as you can see here, is called Levtech Freelance. Levtech is one of those job search sites, one of the most popular job search sites in Japan that I know of, and they have a freelance version of it. Findy is something similar. Well, I don't think this company is as big as Levtech, but it still is a freelance job hunting website that I've also used. So remember this, I've used all of these to some extent in the past. I've been freelancing over 4 years, so I will only show you things I know from experience. The third one is Wantedly. I've always talked about how great Wantedly is if you're in Japan, and that is basically a direct to company job hunting, direct chatting job company search website. Okay, I don't know how to explain what it is, but I'll show you how you could use that for freelancing. And the last, everyone knows Indeed. Indeed, yeah, it's all around the world. I'll show you how you could use this for freelancing. So we'll use all 4 of these. And remember, these aren't the only places to find freelance work. There are so many other places, but from my experience so far, these 4 are pretty decent. And so the reason I try to make this a chill stream and not some type of highly informative, well-edited videos, because things pop up as I search, and it just makes the ideas come out more dynamic and real. And as I go through both these cases, I'll give some tips and tricks about what I've come to understand in the past 4-5 years of freelancing. And I'll just go off in some random tangents now and then, so just a warning to the viewers. And I'll make sure in the description or the time steps are all there, so whatever's relevant to you, you can check that out faster. So let's get started. Our first developer here, our first engineer, is so before you start thinking, why is the backend engineer looking all happy with his, he's got his, what do you call these shirts? These not checkered lumberjack shirt on, and this guy looks like he's a doomer. The reason he's a doomer is because he's a front-end engineer. Okay, as a fellow front-end guy, I don't know, this is just me, but the back-end guys look like they're having a great time. The front-end guys, well, we'll get into him later. But first, let's start off with this back-end engineer. Let's call him Dave. Okay, let's go Dave. So Dave, we'll just give him his background of 6 years of development. So he started off as a PHP developer. He moved on to learn Go, because Go seems like a great back-end back-end language with a great REST API framework. And this engineer, Dave, also is good at Amazon Web Services. He knows enough to deploy an application, a server-side application. So from PHP to Golang, and I think it's Gin. Is that it? I don't know if this is the proper icon, but I just looked up Go and Gin for the RESTful API framework. Is it? Of course, it's some type of SQL database, Docker, and of course JLPT level 2. So this is our backend developer, Dave, happy as Larry or happy as Dave can be. Dave, now let's go look for a project. Let's start off with wantedly. Okay, so each one of these project hunting, we're going to project hunt. We're going to go through all 4 as quick as possible and find one project. That's the goal. One project that we will apply for. We won't actually apply for it, but let's say Dave was a real human, he would apply for this type of project. So we're going through wantedly, and then we're seeing a whole bunch of whatever. Let's get straight to the point. Mid-career. Yeah, 5 years, at least 5 years, you could say mid-career. So we're going to go straight to Golang. Golang. Okay. Maybe just for Go. It doesn't matter where we're going. We're just going to go for Go. And then we search. Okay, we've got a few here. This is the English version. I think usually there's a Japanese version of the web. So we're going to go, and we are going for mid-career and occupation. We're going engineering. Okay. And already there's 860 job posts. This is not, most of them aren't real. That's the thing, right? Whenever we're going through these websites, at least half of them are fake or doubled. Not fake, but they're just probably too old, or they're just duplicates. So we got 860. Let's say there's only less than 200 Golang. It's probably just Go. Now we're going to go. So you also have to remember, some places don't advertise they accept freelancers. So we have to understand that. But we still try and go for it as a freelance or a gyomu itoku. So what we want to see now is we're going to look through some of these jobs and which one can apply to our guy Dave. We always go for the newest, right? Some of them could be old and they just leave it there. Flutter mobile engineer. Nope. Yeah, sometimes it's not the best sometimes. Oh, that's a big one. Foreign nationalities welcome. That's a plus. And look, they've got all those languages here. Let's click on that. No, before we click on that, we should actually say freelance. Let's go. There we go. 932 freelance mid-career engineer Golang. The same company came up. No best. Let's go no best. So that's a Flutter mobile company. So of course they still need some type of server-side engineer for most of their projects. Looking around, only 6 people. But also don't remember this, like, just because there's 6 people doesn't mean they don't pay well, or they don't. There's so many other variables. But also 6 people might also mean flexibility. I'm going to Vietnam for a month. No worries. We're a small company. We're not so strict about this stuff. You never know. So this guy needs help with engineering. You could ask to request to have a talk. Okay, I'm not logged in on this, but this is one case, right? This is just one. Let's have a look for another one. Use foreign languages. Look at this, and they're excited about the future. Let's have a look. All of the country, okay. There you go, guys. You can live in your Akia with your samurai like old building in the middle of the mountains and work for this type of company. Use foreign languages. Look, they got some this is one thing I just want to say. Seeing you can see that they're not too young, and that's a good thing too. They have experience, and they're in a nice location near Hibiya. I like this area. You can have nice drinking around there. So this kind of case here, you just go and have a talk to them. You've got into, you're a nice person, you're trying your best. And remember, you got 6 years under the belt of PHP and Golang, Go and server side, all that stuff. You put it out there, have a talk to these guys. Look at them. They look like they've been through what would you say? They're well experienced. So this type of company is great. And don't worry too much. Okay, you really want to make a lot of money. If it's your first time, just get your experience as a freelancer. There's quite a few now here. Now there's 2. Oh, they got me with the cat and dog. Animal life. Okay, if you're an animal lover, if you're your average dog and cat enjoyer, these guys have a product based on dogs and cats. Have a talk to them. Why not? Mid-career. That's what I'm all about, that mid-career life. So we can see there's already 3 companies, and 2 of them are saying foreigners welcome or use foreign languages. And I'm not even this 932. I'm not even past the first 10. You see now? I'm just saying. I really do like Tokyo Dev and Japan Dev. Don't get me wrong. But the competition and the amount of people applying is just absolutely bonkers from my impression, experience, and what I've heard. I'm not saying don't apply to those if you're a freelancer. I'm saying you can still do that, but why choose the hardest route when, as you can see, there's already quite a few looking for engineers. I don't have to go any more longer on Wantedly. Let's try out the next website. But also remember, some of these don't have how much you make an hour or how much you want to make a month. Check out my last video if you want to see that. I'll add the link, how much you can charge as a freelance engineer. That discussion doesn't have to be made straight away. You can just first listen to what the company does and what you can do, so you can both, you and the company, you and your next client, can kind of get the right amount or the right point of how much you charge or how much you want to work a month. Because some of them just want you 3 days a week, some of them want you the whole 5 days per week. So don't be so pushy on the money. Find out the problem, if they need help with Golang, and just step by step. Next, we're on Findy Freelance, which I've also registered once. And then we are going to have a look for front end, back end engineer. Okay, I just put on back end engineer. There's doesn't say how many, but 15 of at least 10. So, hey, at least there's quite a few out there. We're gonna go for Go. Let's go. And what you see, there's a new one here. And first of all, don't worry too much if it says no foreigners or foreigners, right? Sometimes it's just case by case. If they just like you, if you present yourself well and you're respectful, they might add you on. But what do we see here? Full remote, 2 or 3 days a week. Perfect. Isn't that perfect? 2 or 3 days a week, full remote, go back and engineer. And then per hour, it's between 3,000 and 5,000 yen an hour. Hey, that's not bad. You 6 years in, you should ask for 4 to 5,000 maybe, depending on how well you can code. Fully remote. Everything's online. Let's click on that. I just want to work 3 days a week. And the other 2, I'm working on my killer app idea, whatever. Oh, I can't see because I have to log in. So we won't go any further for this, but we just know that something like this is around. So I'm guessing this is 2 days a week. You can make just under 20 man, and then 3 days a week, maybe 50 man, under 50 man. So yeah, these things, and just remember, this is not set in stone. This is just around. It's around. So let's say you charge 5,500. You can still ask. If you're really good, you just say 6,000 yen an hour, because look, I'm the man at this and that, and I used to work at whatever. So don't think that they only accept this. You can always move contracts around, maybe even 4 days per week. So I've got one already. If you want to part-time your engineering, and now this is look, there's so many jobs out here. This is why I say I think Japan is easy mode compared to New Zealand or other countries, because it's hard to find work. But here, okay, something about CO2. I don't know what the product they're making. But let's have a look. So for remote, go. Yep, I want to do that 5 days a week. Yep. So I don't know exactly what this means, but it's some type of reduction of CO2 service platform. Okay, reducing CO2 kind of platform, which is it's a big buzz right now. You guys know all the world blowing up and all that, and global warming. I don't know, but there's a lot of money to be made off this, you know. Oh, that's just me. Oh, that's my guy Dave. Dave is ready. Where's Dave? Look at Dave. He's as happy as Larry. Why? Because they want someone who has these 3 skills, and Dave perfectly aligns with it. Look at that. Look at that. He's ready. His full remote, and look, they're ready to pay up to 88,000, 880,000 per month, 4,000 yen to 5,000 yen per hour, 5,500. Full remote. No working on the weekends. No nighttime work. Okay, we don't say everything, but so look, I found 2 already, and I haven't even finished. I haven't even scrolled to the bottom of the screen. Now you tell me, isn't this great? Okay, maybe they don't want you, but I'm just saying, you apply to each one of those websites. You apply to at least 5 to 10. You're gonna find something. We're gonna jump to Levtech, and personally, I've used this and I'm using it right now, and it's pretty good. I'll have a separate video all about Levtech, but we're gonna go straight to Go. What's happening? Full remote. How many projects? 1,400. Okay, I think there's a bit too many there. Okay, we're gonna make sure this one here, Gyomu Itaku. We're not gonna go to, this is dispatch. We're not gonna dispatch. I'm staying right in my house, right in my room with my ugly curtains. And there are just too many jobs right now. So you tell me, guys, is Japan easy mode compared to in the Western America, everyone's losing their job, and I don't know, maybe it's just people crying out loud on LinkedIn, and all the Silicon boys are pulling their hair out. Well, look, this is Nakameguro. They are willing to pay 115 man for 1 month. And it's exactly what he does. Is it? No, it isn't. It just says Go is one of them. Look, server-side engineer here too. And Roppongi, they need an engineer. For freelance. Is it for remote? 3 years more with web APIs? Go only 1 year. I'd like to quickly explain something here. This tilde means from whatever that could be, and that could be as low as whatever you want, yuan a month. The tilde is what they're willing, the maximum amount they are willing to pay. So just keep that in mind. But also, you could go over that amount. This is just their hope that you don't go over that amount. So you could just tell them, look, I charge 80 man a month, and I'm a Go developer, and I'm really good at AWS, and just show your credentials and all that. So we're going to go through, maybe look for something here. This one's doesn't pay as much, but it's a talent management system. Okay, so look, here we go. 65 man. So that's quite good still. I know, because we're looking at the ones that go over 100 man, but look, that's still quite a decent, especially if it's for remote. You go get a cheap rent somewhere, and it's still not a crazy amount of years of experience. More than 3 years of Go and web application, and then more than 1 year experience. Well, 3 projects more. Okay, so 3 projects more experienced, and I'm guessing each one of them would be over 1 year. Look, if an idiot like me is doing it, then you guys are smarter than me. You should be able to do this. Like this, like this. This one's probably a little lower, and you know. But remember, look, when you go freelance, you don't have to stay with this company for whatever few years. You can give it a try. If it doesn't go well, you can stop and find something else. When you're going to become an employee, you kind of, I don't want to say the word stuck, but once you're in, it's hard to get out, you know? You don't feel good. But just quick about Levtech is that the first month is trial. Then after that, you have like a 3-month contract. So if it doesn't go well after 3 months, at least you have something on your CV saying I freelanced for 4 months. And maybe they only need you for 4 months. And then you go on to your one break holiday in Vietnam by the beach. So I haven't even reached the bottom of the screen, and I'm already seeing a lot of Go. Here we go. SQL Go. That's basically our guy. That's our guy. He's got a project. This is it. There you go. Yeah, this is I'm just seeing I'm just seeing projects everywhere. Okay? You shouldn't, like, that's the part, you shouldn't feel scared in Japan. As long as you speak Japanese, you have skills, programming, shouldn't be scared. Don't be scared, homies. As the Nick Diaz would say, don't be scared. Now, we're going to Indeed. And in Indeed, we are going to check again for Go. We gotta go Golang. And then don't go to Seishine. You don't want to be an employee. You want to get in, make your money, get your experience, then get out. Go in, then get out, and keep doing that. And save that cash. Invest in waifu cards. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into that. So we're going to Gyomu Itoku, which is basically a freelance. No, you're not going to get my email. What else are we going to do? Let's add some, at least 60 man a month. Nothing under that. At 6 years, you shouldn't be, 6 years specializing in server side, you should be making more than that as a freelance, not as a shame. We're going to go straight to the first one. Look, there's a new one. 70man to 90man. All at home, 100% at home. Okay. Full remote. But okay, this is a bit tricky now. You got to be careful. Maybe that means only in Minatoku for remote. I don't know. Well, you can, you can negotiate. You can negotiate the stuff. Now, one thing we got to check here is this the actual company or is this an agency? Because it could just be like these, like Findy or Levtech, an agency advertising a project. Let's have a check. Okay, what is this? Let's just Google search this. Yeah, it's human resource company. So this is important to remember when you're seeing these projects. It's not directly from the IT company itself. It's in between a type of HR or agency company. There's nothing wrong with that. Because it's the same as going through Levtech or going through Findy, right? And in many cases, but with Wantedly, you go directly to, let's say, the startup. It's direct to startup or direct to company, but these kind of companies can be just the same as in terms of these agencies, and where they are just making or coding or programming software for a large company. Okay, just have to remember that when you see these freelance jobs on Indeed, it's not exactly that company, but it is in many cases, same company, an agency, an agency. And look, the agency is you can make this one 100 man to 150 man per month. right? So the agency will be taking their cut post your fee. And I think I have a few videos out there talking about this, but so that, let's say you get paid 100 won a month, maybe this global career agency will be charging the actual client 20 or 30% of whatever you make. So they're making you 30 won a month of every month you work. And then you'll see that a lot in Indeed. On Indeed is it's a lot of these agencies, agency. Look, it's the same bloody agencies. It's the two guys there. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong. It's fine. It's fine. See, geez, it's the same guys. Are there like only 2 companies on Indeed that do this? Free Brain. What's Free Brain. Search Free Brain. Free Brain. They're wearing suits. Look, they're. So yeah, it's basically the same as the other it's an agency, sales agency, making their cut. It's the middleman, but look, if you can make your 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 man, whatever, it's great. This is good. Get your experience up. And this is a big gap. This is a wide range here. A wide range. This is all, just because it says something doesn't mean you can't adjust the contract or adjust the terms. That's business 101. Until it's signed, until the contract is signed, nothing is concrete. Got it? Okay, so I think our guy here, Dave, he's as happy as Larry, as happy as Dave can be. He's going to apply to 5 from each website. He's going to apply for 5, maybe 10. He's going to go through the process, and then 1 month from now, he'll be studying in his new freelance project, full remote, making more than his current employee contract, and not being subject to team building exercises and things of that nature, and climbing the corporate ladder, and so on and so forth. So that's Dave. Okay, so I was going to show the front end case, but I think I'll leave that for a second version of this video, the second part 2. Part 2, we're going to a front end developer's project hunt and how he will do it, what to look out for. And I think that'll be the next video. If you like this, please let me know what you liked about it, or if you didn't like it. If you want to know more about this, please let me know. I don't know everything about freelancing in Japan, but I know what I know. And what I do know, I would tell you. This sounds so basic. If you like my content about freelancing in Japan and things of that nature, as a web developer, whether you're front end, back end, or game developer, whatever, like, sub, check out the Discord, add me on LinkedIn, and I will be back with more of this freelance related content. Till then, take care.